Everyone, it's Patty from PS Paper Crafts, and I'm glad you joined me today. Today I'm going to show you the Tropical Oasis Memories and More card pack. So Memories and More is for scrapbooking, but you can do card making as well. It's kind of like Project Life, where you get cards and different sizes, and you have both sides, and you could just slip them into your Project Life folders or slots and do your scrapbooking. But I don't do scrapbooking. I'm a card maker, so I use these to make cards, and they're but double-sided. You get two of each, and these are just some of the ones that you get. They're really pretty, and they go along with the Tropical Oasis Designer Series paper, and there's a stamp set, and I cut this one down, dies and everything. So you get, these are I think they're 4 by 6, and actually let me look in the book. So this is page 38 and 39 in the catalog, and these are the colors, these are the papers, there's dies, there's little trinkets. It's really pretty. So this is the Memories and More cards pack, and you get 50 cards, 2 of each, and some of them are 3 by 4 and some are 4 by 6, and then you get some sticker sheets as well. So it's really pretty cool. These are the sticker sheets. You get 2 of each page. And here's another one of these. And then these are the 3 by 4 cards. So you can use these to just build a card, or I love this. I actually have a shower curtain that looks like this. We're going to make a card saying, "Let's go to the beach." So anyway, they're pretty cool. You can kind of, like, if you wanted to, just take this, add it to this, put it on a card base. Now these are a little bit long. I had to cut them down to my 5 1/4 by 4 just to get it on the right size for the cards that I make anyway. So let's get started. I put these aside, and I have the pieces already planned out that I want to use. So we're going to make 5 cards. The first one is going to be very simple. And what I did was I took a sheet of the Designer Series paper that goes in this set, Tropical Oasis. I took this brown one. It looks like it's textured like a weave. And I have Early Espresso, and I'm just going to cut it right to the perfect size. And then I'm just going to add these and add some of this braided burlap, which is pretty cool. Very simple card. I'm not doing the insides today because I didn't want to make that many insides, and I'm not sure exactly who I'm going to send them to, so I figured I would just, isn't that cute? I love it. So this is the back of the paper. Looks like my shower curtain. I live in Florida, so all this tropical stuff is right up my alley. The palm trees, the surfboards, the old-fashioned cars. So it's really kind of tropical. Okay, so this is good. I'm going to put this down as well. So the cards, some of the patterns on the cards are the same as the paper, so they coordinate nicely. And this is terracotta tile, and I just went up a tiny bit. I think it's 1/4 of an inch. I'll have all the dimensions. These are 3 by 4, so I think this is either 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 or 3 1/2 by 4 1/2. But I will have it on my blog. And then I'm just going to take a piece of this, and I'm not going to wrap it around. I'm just going to make it go a little bit shorter than the card. And I'm going to kind of fray the edges, and that's what's cool about this. You could actually pull it out and just, let me just put this on, and just kind of fray the edges to make it a little bit kind of rough around the edges. How's that? So I'm going to just put this behind here and call it a day. Pretty simple card. I think it's pretty. I'm going to put some tear and tape on this just to make sure it stays down good, and then I'll pop up the focal point or focal piece with some dimensionals. So see how easy this comes together? And I'm not going to go end to end. I'm just going to put it so it's kind of loose on the sides. This is the biggest struggle because it's on the burlap. It makes it a little bit hard to get the release paper off, but it does come off. And let's just kind of get placement. Put it right here. Put some dimensionals on this. And we're done with the first card. I love using these Memory and More packs because they really allow you to make a card very quickly and simply, and you don't have to think too much. I love to create, but sometimes it's nice to just throw something together. So let's just take all the backings off. This one and this one. Okay. Now I don't know who I'm sending this to, and that's why I'm not going to do the inside. But what I would do is get a piece of cardstock and just lay it here 4 by 5 1/4, and then write my sentiment, maybe stamp on it. So the stamp set that goes with this, let me just show you, is this Timeless Tropical. It has some nice sentiments and some great, I might put the palm tree on the inside. And then there's the dies. This is this great pineapple, small pineapple, some leaves, aloha, we're going to use that. So here's our first card. Very easy. So card number 2, we're going to do a little stamping. So I have Pretty Peacock, and the sentiment I'm using is, I'm trying to see the stamp set that I used. I think I put it aside. I was trying to get all my stuff together. Here it is. It's Your Friendship is a Blessing. So I am going to use this on the outside, and the card I'm using, I have all my pieces cut, so I have it hiding on the inside, is this. So this one, I cut it to fit. So I cut a little bit on the sides, actually on each side. I didn't want to cut it so I would cut into here. So let me just show you. It should be about this long, right? This is how long it is. So I cut each side so I didn't cut into the circle. You don't want to put it in here and then cut. So I did a little bit off each side. So it's 6 inches, and I have it down to 5 1/4. So I just cut on each side to make it even. I hope that makes sense. So let's put this down. Isn't this gorgeous? I love this. I hate to use this side. That's the only problem with the pretty papers. You have to use one side. And this also is terracotta tile, my card base, which picks up the nice darker color in this kind of weaved look. And then I just took a layering oval, and I'm going to just stamp that with my sentiment in Pretty Peacock. And some of these leaves, they're kind of like Pretty Peacock and Old Olive all mixed in. So I thought I would mix the leaves and I would use this color for the sentiment. You could stamp it right in there, but I wanted to put some leaves behind it and layer it. So there's the sentiment. Let's put this aside. And so I have some leaves cut, and that's from this In the Tropics dies. I cut these and these. So I have the terracotta tile, not terracotta tile, what is it? I have the Pretty Peacock and Old Olive, and I'm just going to kind of lay them together at the top. Put that in the middle. So I thought that was pretty. You could add some flowers around if you want as well. And then the same thing with the bottom. So let's get this one done first. Let me just put a little bit of glue down here. And I'm only going to glue at the bottoms. And I kind of figure it out. I think I want them to go down further. And what I did to get these ideas was I just played. I just, laid out some of these cards and laid some of the cards over them, the smaller cards over the bigger cards, and the colors, and just kind of came up with different ideas. Okay, so let's do the same thing down here. I just want to make sure they're kind of laid out in the right place, and then we can move them around if we want to. And that is the nice thing about the liquid glue. You can play and move and then commit. So let's just put a little bit of glue on here. And we'll see how that looks. I think I need to move this whole thing up a little bit. Okay, so let's put some dimensionals on our circle or our oval. Take the backs off. And then we can lay this down. Now you could add flowers there. I'm going to leave it like this. You could put some bling on there. Maybe I'll put a little bit of the rhinestones. I'm going to put them on another card too, so I do have them here. I may put them just here and there. I'm not going to put them on every one, but just to give it a little bit. I'll put them on maybe the bigger flowers. And you could really dress this up as much or as little as you want. I think that the colors are really pretty, so I don't think it needs much more. Oh. And we'll put a couple more on. Let me just do the other side of this. Get the spatula. I think that's my struggle here. Or maybe it's just me. There we go. Boy, this shouldn't be the hardest part of the card. I'm going to put one over there. You know what it is? I think I have a little bit of glue on my fingers. Oh, keep going. I'm going to put it, I think, on all the big ones and leave the little ones alone. Okay, card number 2. We're getting there. Okay, so card number 3 is this one. I'm using real red, and isn't this so pretty? I love it. And then this is a very tight piece. So this is definitely 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And I'm going to stamp right in here and then just layer it up. And I thought this was really pretty. So let's get our stamping done first. We're going to use real red. And we're going to use a stamp from the stamp set. It's May Your Birthday Be Memorable. And I have it mounted up here already. And we're just going to stamp it, and if we mess it up, we're going to have to cover it up with something else. But you know how that goes, right? So I'm going to just stamp it down. Phew! I always get nervous when you're stamping right on something. Usually you're stamping on something you can replace, but this is definitely the focal, so we can't replace it very easily. So we're going to adhere these and adhere these. So So let's do that. And this is a very simple card as well. We're just going to put the layers on. See, and this is the back of that one. So again, I cut this piece down so that it would fit on my A2 size card. I love these flowers, hibiscus. These are all over by me. That's a flower many people have, and they're gorgeous. And then let's pop this up. Well, first we'll put it down. And then we can pop it up on dimensionals. Now I could put ribbon behind it or just leave it as is. And again, I can put some pearls or rhinestones or something like that on the flowers. I might put some rhinestones on these. So let's get this popped up. Okay, so let's lay this right down. And I like having that little bit of border just to make it pop. Isn't that pretty? So let's put some rhinestones on this as well. Or maybe we'll put pearls on. Let's try the pearls right in the center of these little flowers. And let's get our spatula. Let's see if I have better luck with the pearls. I think it just really adds a little bit something extra to the flower. There we go. Pretty, right? 3 cards down. Moving right along. Okay, so this one, this I'm not even going to put a sentiment on it. Well, actually I'm going to put one of these stickers. So we'll get to that. But this is, what is it? Mango Melody is this paper. And then Old Olive. So let's put this down and then we'll pop it up. But see how simple these go together? Now this would be great for a little note that you're putting in somebody's card if you had to, you know, in addition to the card, you wanted to just write a little list or a little note. I do that sometimes. Or if you wanted to use it for scrapbooking, you can write dates and times and what happened and all of that good stuff. That's the purpose of it, really. So let's pop this up. We're popping everything up here. So we're using our dimensionals today. Okay. I love pineapples. I think they're so pretty. There we go. And then I'm going to put this thinking of you today and always. And I'm going to just put it right up here. And then I'm going to take one of these trinkets because I think they're so cute. So you get this little ukulele. Look at me, I'm full of red. You get a leaf. And you get a pineapple. Oh, and also a flower. Aren't they pretty? I love them. So I'm going to use the pineapple and just put it on there with a glue dot. I might actually put a couple of glue dots on it just to make sure it's really secure. So I'm going to put one on the top. And then one on the bottom. Just to make sure it sticks on really well. And we'll put that on like that. And there you go. Pretty. Okay. And let's keep moving. This is the last card. This is card number 5. And I used the die that comes with this. It says Aloha. And this is one of the cards. And I'm using the Mango Melody and Early Espresso. So we're going to put this down first. Just get it nice and centered. And I'll have pictures of all the cards with their dimensions on my blog. So we're going to put this just like this. I'm just going to put that kind of in the middle, and then we'll offset it. And then we're going to just dot this with glue. Now you can I like to use the liquid glue, but you could run this through with those Sizzix adhesive backed sheets, and then you just peel off the back. So let's just get these dots on. And this dries clear, so if it's a little bit oozy, it's okay. It'll be okay. Okay. Not a very good glue job, but I'm going with it. So I'm going to just put this down right up here. Okay. And let's put this down with dimensionals. And I'm also going to tie a little bow on the side with some twine, or baker's twine. So let me just cut a piece off. I'm going to do a double bow, which I like to do. So we just take 2 pieces, we'll tie the bow, and just kind of fix it. Cut the edges off. So let's put this down first. I was trying to wait for the glue to dry. I'm going to just lay it right on here because there's a little bit of glue oozing out, which is okay. It'll all dry. Okay. Just put this down just like this. And we'll use a glue dot for our little bow. I'm going to put that right here. And then I think I'm going to try to put a ukulele on the bow. We'll see how that's going to look. Maybe kind of hanging from the bow. So I'm going to put a couple more glue dots on this. And I'm just kind of rolling it so it's not so big and flat. Okay, so I'm going to have it kind of hanging below the bow. Cute. Okay, so we have all our cards done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 cards, pretty quick. I would advise you to get this if you want to make some quick cards and you like this tropical scene. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Bye.